Hello and welcome. In this video I will explain you how you can create a corridor circulation system inside PlanPal. In the previous video we created these buildings, but here we used the no corridor circulation system, and now I will explain the difference. So if you haven't seen the previous video, I recommend you to see it before this one. So first let's use this component, the corridor circulation system, and let's turn off this visualization component. And this one can be used in the same place as the no corridor circulation system. So if I just plug all the buildings here, you will see now every building has a very long corridor along in the middle. And for this example, I will unplug this minimum building length. So every building complex is just simply one building, and we have a very long corridor in each building, and we have staircases along this corridor. And this is what we can set with these components. First, the corridor setback, which is by default 0, but we can set a small number here if we don't want our corridor to go to the end of the building, because sometimes it's unnecessary. We can put units here. So let's make it, for example, 10. Maybe it's a little bit too big, 7. Okay. And also I will remove this custom cutting lines for now, just for the example. Okay. Also we have open corridor value. This is exactly the same as in the no corridor circulation system. So if you will have only one side unit, we can change it to open corridor. I will show it to you later. But what's very important is the max stair distance. This value determines how many staircases will be along the corridor. So right now by default it's 25, which means that every point of the corridor you can get a staircase in 25 meters. So in other words, the distance between two staircases is always shorter than 50, because yeah, obviously this means that you can get into one of the staircases in 25 meters. But yes, at the end it will be always shorter than 25. Now it's 20. And we can set this value way smaller if we want, or much bigger also. Now you can get into a staircase in 10 meters anywhere from the corridor. But also you can set a very big number, and you will get only one staircase in the middle at every building right now. Let's use the default value. And now I can show the rest of the inputs. The staircase flip is also exactly the same as in the previous no corridor circulation system component. If we have two unit depths, we can flip the stairs. And also we have staircase width and staircase depth, which the depth and width of the staircases. Let me show you just, for example, 4 for the staircase depths, and now we have a very small staircase. Let's make it, I don't know, 5. And the width can be, for example, also 5. Maybe it's 4, more realistic. Okay, and if we go back to the unit depths, and one of them is 0, then we will be able to see the difference between open and not open corridors. So just simply make it true, so it will be an open corridor. And next we can just simply use this same two 3D buildings, and if I turn it on, we can see our 10-story very thin buildings, which is interesting. Let's make it back to the default values. Yes, now we have these 3-story buildings. And as you can see, the visualization doesn't work because right now we don't have units like in the previous components. We only get these long unit rows along the corridor, and we need one more step in order to get units, and after we have units we can visualize them. This one more step is this component, the unit distribution, which will distribute units along this unit row. We can simply use it here, and after here, and also we need to turn these on. Now you can see we have units along the corridor, and also you can see the open corridor and how is it work. Yes, and with this component we can specify the unit sizes and the unit distributions. So by default we have 45 square meters units and 75 square meter units, and by also default the distribution is 30% for the 45 square meters and 70% for the 75 square meters units. And this component will try to distribute this type of units along the buildings. Obviously it can't make it exactly this sizes with this distribution. It will try to achieve that. You can set any number of unit size or type in terms of distribution sizes as well. And also we have some other inputs in which we can modify these unit distributions. For now, let's go back to two unit side version, because in this case we will have much more place to play with the unit distribution. For example, the last input is a shuffle. It can be a number between 0 and 1, and simply it gives us different results with this with the same method. So if I change this number, it will always be a different distribution for the units. Also, the distribution type is a Boolean toggle. We have two options. Yes, in the description you can see it's two different algorithms, the first fit and the tightest fit algorithm in terms of unit distribution. I don't want to go into details. This is two different type of logic that you can test. And also for the slicing, we have two different type of slicing. One of them will try to keep the previous one. We'll try to keep the exact number of unit sizes, what we set in the unit sizes, and at the end will be bigger or smaller units. But if it's true, it will try to equally distribute these unit sizes. As you can see now, it's 76 everywhere, except yes, at the end it's 46. But these are the differences. And yes, with the unit distribution and unit sizes, you can simply use a panel with the multi-line data and just write here, I don't know, square meters 45 and 75, 120, and obviously we need the same amount of number, which has a sum of 100 because these are percentage, so 10%, 80%, and 10% again. And yes, these are the distribution. Of course, it won't work because now we have three percentage and two unit sizes, but if I take it here, now we can see we have mostly 75 square meter units, and we have two big units here. They are way bigger than 120 now, but we can play with the shuffle. Maybe we will have a little bit better number. Oh no, sorry, we can't. This won't change because, as you can see, these unit rows are just one unit, and the shuffle only shuffles the units inside the unit row. So for now, it distributed here one big unit, and it will stay here. A shuffle doesn't change it, but maybe if we change the unit distribution type, yes, now we can have it one big here and one big here. This is 125. It's quite close what we wanted. And also we should have some 45 square meter units. Yeah, here we have one, here also, here, and so on. So this is how it works with the corridor circulation system. You need to use the unit distribution in order to get units at the end, but the visualization works exactly the same. Thank you for watching. In the next video, I will explain more about other building systems.